Okay, today we're learning surface area of triangular prisms, which is a little difficult to spend a few days in class on this. So what this says, we are looking at specifically this formula here when we're working with triangular prisms. You can also use that formula for rectangular prisms, but I think how you were taught finding the area of a rectangle, multiplying it by 2, and then the second multiplying by 2 and the third, and then adding them is a little bit easier. So we're just going to keep going with that for that one. So we're going to look at a triangular prism now and find the surface area of it using that formula, and I'll explain to you how that formula works while we do it. And let's fill these in. So we actually know what they say. That's a 5 and a 5 and a 3 and a 7 and an 8. So here we go. With this formula, S equals 2, and that big B from the volume means the base, right? So 2 times the base plus a capital P, which is the base perimeter, times the height. So base area, and this is the base perimeter. And then this is the height of prism. So, looking at this, we need to find the area of a triangular prism. We know that the base of a triangular prism from volume is a triangle. So we can rewrite this as 2 times base times height over 2 plus pH. The base and the height of the triangle, remember this dotted line is the height from the base to the peak, is 3. And then the base is 8. So we have 8 times 3 over 2. And we're just going to do this part right now. 2, and then 8 times 3 is 24 over 2. And we have 2 times 12, and that part is 24. So that's how we figure out the area of the two triangles. Then we have the perimeter. Remember, the perimeter is just adding the 3 sides. So if this down here is 8 feet, this here is also going to be 8 feet. So to find the perimeter, we're going to add 8 plus 5 plus 5. And then remember, the height of the prism is the distance between the two bases. So the distance between the two bases is 7. So then we have 8 plus 5 is 13 plus 5 is 18 times 7. And then when we multiply 18 times 7, we get 126. So we're just going to plus 126 here as well. And that equals 150 feet squared. We're back to area, so we're going back to squared. So really, you know, in all actuality, if you follow that, it's not horribly difficult. It's just a little bit more difficult than your rectangular prisms. Let's do another one. Okay, so I couldn't really crop the answer out, but now we know at least what we're trying to get, right? So that works. So we have the surface area. Oops, I need to have my pen. Surface area equals 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter of the base times the height. It's important that you have what those mean written down. So we have 2 times base times height over 2 plus perimeter times height. And then we have 2 times, so base times height. Now this triangle is a little bit weirder because it's laying flat on the triangle, but the base to the peak is noted by that black dot, dashed line I just did. So, and then this is the base, right? And if this is 10, this must also be 10. So the base is 10, the height is 6, because we have this arrow pointing to it, over 2. And then we're going to go ahead and just solve that. 10 times 6 is 60 over 2. And then we have 2 times 30. And 2 times 30 is 60. Now we're going to find the perimeter of the base. So the perimeter of the base, remember the base is a triangle. Well, if this side, we're going to change colors. If this side is 8, this side is also going to be 8, right? So we have that side. We have this triangle that is also has a, or that side of the triangle which is also 8, and this side which is 10. So to find the perimeter, we add this 3 sides. We have 10 plus 8 plus 8. Now the height, remember, is the distance between the triangles, which is this right there, which is 2.5. So we times that by 2.5. So we end up with 10 plus 8 is 26 times 2.5, and 26 plus 2.5, or times 2.5, is 65. So we add 65 and we end up with 125. So we know we did the problem correct.